Hi guys! I've run out of things to say to start vlogs, so if I just start talking, will you just count that as the intro? Would you just find that quirky and cute of me to just get right to the point? Lovey, do you want to get all up in here?
Oh.
It's the intro to this video, and you're ignoring them.
What?
Bring the book while you're at it, will ya?
Hello.
Hi guys! It is mid-August, end of August range. I don't know when this is exactly being posted, but in my time, it's mid-August, and I'm starting to get the fall vibes. I know that it's a little early and that technically summer is still go, but I feel like I just need the fall vibes to start. And we were in the grocery store, and I saw that certain brands are coming out with fall-related things, and to me, that means that fall has started. That meant that we had to do something fall-related, something that gave us the vibes, and when I'm trying to think of fall vibes around this time of year, the only thing I can think of is school. I was thinking that it would be kind of fun to read books that involved school and this type of vibe, and so I decided to do dark academia. In this video, we are going to be reading dark academia books only, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't ever gotten to have like my fill of like the dark academia vibe. I feel like it was really popular at a certain time, especially during like Harry Potter. So I went to Google, of course, as anyone else does. Google, Goodreads, literally anything that I could get to where I could look up the phrases dark academia book recommendations, and just scrolled and scrolled until I found stuff. The first book that we're going to be reading is Ninth House, and this author is the same author that did Six of Crows, if you've read that series, or there's other books in that universe I can't think of the names of right now. From what I'm gathering about this book, it's basically about this girl. Her name is Alex. She's a student at Yale in the freshman class, and she isn't really someone that's like meant to be there. She doesn't necessarily fit like the stereotype of what you'd assume for like a Yale student. She was actually the sole survivor in a homicide, and when she is in the hospital bed and trying to recover from this experience, she's actually offered a chance to go to Yale, start over. The only catch of that opportunity is that she's actually supposed to be monitoring and like kind of acting like the checks and balances of all of these secret societies at Yale. Like, the cover is absolutely stunning. I love the way that looks. We're gonna start reading this, and I feel like it's going to be a book that I'm going to end up annotating, so I'm really excited about it. Welcome to the video. Hello guys, we did some damage. I realized the vibes were lacking, and we've kind of been having a hard time. Oh, hello. We've kind of been having a hard time recently getting into like the zone when it comes to like working on our stuff that we have to work on and reading. And I feel like part of it is like atmospheric. We do a lot of things in this one room, like all of our day-to-day tasks take place in this room basically, and like obviously we go out and do stuff or whatever, but like when we have to work on something, we're here. When we have to sleep, we're here. Our fridge is in here, our coffee's in here. Like obviously we can go around the house, but in terms of like a place that's just our own, this is all we got. And so it gets kind of hard. I mean, you understand if you try to be productive, like sitting on your bed and all you want to do is sleep, you know, that's kind of how it feels. We need to change up this space without necessarily physically changing the space. So we decided that getting the vibe set would make things a lot easier. We didn't get anything too crazy because we're going to do more of like a fall haul later on in another video when we go like full-blown fall. This was kind of like dipping our toes into fall, and like we really just got some candles is what I'm trying to tell you. So first thing that we got, we went to the Dollar Tree, which honestly was kind of a slay. So they had a lot of their spooky stuff out right now, which kind of helped because everything that's fall is also kind of out. But we started by getting just these two little scentless, that's what it's called, right? Unscented little candles. You can't tell because the glare's not picking it up, but they are in glass, so it's like these two cutie little glass guys. We stocked up on these little tin guys, which also, yeah, I'm looking at them now and we should have definitely got better ones. These are terrible.
Nice.
They're like all dented and destroyed.
Nice.
So we might end up having to get new ones of these, but I mean they should be fine for what they're worth. I mean obviously they were $1, but they're kind of beat up a little bit, so that's lame. But the little tea lights. And then the last thing that we got from Dollar Tree is this thing I'm really obsessed with. So it's a little like tea light holder or whatever, but I love that it's easy to like put the thing on and put it away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just really like it. And I think it's really cute. And we also wanted to get like this kind of vibe, but a lot of them are immediately attached with like that thing to like melt wax. So going into the next store, we went to At Home next, and then the first thing we got was this little wick trimmer, because I mean, obviously, well, not obviously, because a lot of people don't know, but you were supposed to trim the wicks of your candles. It makes them burn better. And some of our candles, I don't know if you could tell by some of the shots that I gave you, but they were kind of funky because, one, I turn the candle off too soon. I don't let it burn all the way through because, again, I get a headache often. But the other thing is the wicks are way too long. And so it makes them burn in like odd formations and not burn like directly. So anyways, we got this little guy, which was so cute. Like this little, I'm super into it. And look at that. Look at that. The next thing that we got, this little holder. This is another tea light slash like little candle holder thing. It was only $1.99. Pretty crazy. But we like that it could kind of double as like regular vibes and like the dark vibe of our room kind of, while also kind of looking like a cauldron for spooky season. I feel like it's one of those pieces that can last for longer than just one season, which I like. I'd rather have stuff that like staple pieces that work for more than one thing, and then I have to do only a couple decorations rather than like completely transforming my space, because who wants to pay for that? The last thing that we got from that store was another one of those little holders, but it looks like a little cup. It's so cute. And then some of these we're not going to use for these guys, you know, because like some of them we're gonna get little like bigger candles for, but we just got them while we saw them. And some of them we were going to put, we got fake candles, fake little tea light things that are right here. We also got these little lights, and then we got these, like a big pack of these fake little tea light things. And so we thought that it would be perfect to put like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how cute is that? Little, and not have to worry about it. So we're gonna mess around with this. I don't want to necessarily turn it on just because we don't know how many of these we're gonna be like out and how many we're gonna put in here, because like there's like the little tab for like the battery, and I don't want to pull all the tabs for ones that we're not even gonna use yet. One more thing that accidentally got put away, but we wanted a bigger candle fake situation because we don't have a lot of space in terms of like counter space, like flat surfaces.
Yeah, that's,
what is it called?
flat surface.
I guess, yeah.
Like an open space to actually put up real candles.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of space to put things on, so we wanted to put things, like use our shelves a little bit, but obviously I'm not going to put like an open flame next to all of our books. Like, well, so we got this guy, which is so cute. It's one of those like fake light up guys, which Sam's going to load it up with batteries now so you can see, but it's hard to show you on camera. Yeah. Do you see there's like this like you could see it kind of reflecting. It's like this like a little acrylic plasticky piece to make it look wet, and then it has all the drips or whatever, which I've seen it have the drips, but I've never seen it where it has that piece that like makes it look more reflective.
Yeah.
Because then it looks wet, which I feel like is so good.
Real.
Yeah, it makes it look more real, and it was on sale.
Ooh, I like it.
And it's the perfect color.
And the perfect amount of brightness, too.
Yes. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, did I do it backwards? Yeah, I did it backwards.
Yeah. Oh, there's a timer.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what...
It's 6 hours on, 18 hours off.
Oh, I love that. It even feels waxy, which is funny because...
I feel like that makes it look even more real.
But look at that.
That's cute.
Like that, and this is gonna go... Hello, why is it so bright? This is gonna go up by our books. So we're gonna tinker around with this for a little bit, see what we want where, and set up the candles, and probably set the vibes, because I need to be productive literally ASAP. Long time no see. We have not made an update on this video in a really long time, and it's because this book is taking so long to read.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to give an update because we haven't been far enough in the book for it to make sense to give an update, because we're making such slow progress. And I want to make it very clear that the book is so good. Like, we are enjoying this book a lot. I feel like it's matching the vibes perfectly. If I were to describe dark and academic together, dark academia vibes, I would literally put this book in wrapping paper and give it to you and be like, here it is. Like, it is exactly what the vibe is. It's matching everything perfectly. It's just different than what we're used to reading. And I feel like that makes it seem like it's something crazy, but I don't even know what it is. It's just every sentence takes so long to read.
I feel like that could also be part of it, though. It's because it's not something we've read before, like, not like the genre. So, like, getting into a new genre like that, I feel like could be hard. You know?
Yeah. It's also switching back and forth between two different people, but it's third person.
Two different people in two different timelines.
Yeah. And the chapters are also really long.
Yes.
Which is another thing. And normally that doesn't bother me, but the fact that the book is taking me a long time to get through and the chapters are long, like, we've been reading this book for days and I'm like, I'm on chapter 7.
Yeah.
But, like, I've been reading actively, you know? Like, I'm actually trying. I am doing a mix of reading it physically, reading it on my Kindle, and listening to the audiobook. Like, I'm definitely doing all three. The way this book is, the writing is really good. So I've been tabbing and, like, underlining. Like, I underlined that entire passage. The academics are kicking in. I said, I underlined the passage. Oh, girl.
English class.
My essay is about to be ready. I hit the word count any minute. Goodbye. Hi guys, so new angle, same spot as always when I'm talking to you in the car. I wanted to give a little bit of an update about Ninth House. So we finished the book yesterday. I actually finished it at work, listening to it on audiobook. It was so good. I honestly don't know what we're gonna rate it because I'm kind of stuck between either a 4.25 or a 4.5 maybe. It's kind of hard because we've been reading this book for so long that I feel like if I had read it like in one swoop and I had gotten through it like really quickly, I would have rated it a 4.5. It hit literally all the dark academia vibes that I wanted, which I've been saying all along. But if you like dark academia vibes, and especially during this fall, like if you're trying to get those vibes, read Ninth House. Like, everything about it is exactly what you're looking for. I can't even explain it enough. Like, it was exactly it. The only thing that messed it up for us in terms of like the atmosphere is that it has been so hot recently. Real Feel being like 103. The next book that we're reading for this video is A Deadly Education. I can't remember who it's by, but we had such a hard time finding this book. I'm excited about it though, because while we were checking out, the cashier was like, oh, this one's really good. And I was like, oh, good. And it's really thin, and so I feel like we'll be able to get through it really quickly, and it'll be a nice little end to this video. Hi guys, it has been quite a long time since I've updated this video. I've literally filmed 2 other videos in the time that we've been filming this one. So, sorry, no, 3. Yeah, since I started this video, I filmed 3 other videos. So it's been a little crazy. The incorrect SD card has been in the camera instead of you guys from this little video. So we've gotten, well, I'm at 118. I don't know how far Sam is, but 118 out of, I have no idea how many, but
what chapter are you on?
Oh, good question.
There's only like 13 chapters in this book, I think.
I'm on chapter 6.
So am I.
So chapter 6, A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, is I'm assuming how you say it. I was excited about this book when we first started because, you know, the dark academia vibes, it seemed like it would fit. We got told by the cashier, like I said, that he thought that it was a really good book or a really good series. And it just, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's reading like a first book in a series where I feel like every single word is taking so long. You know, like every first book, especially in a fantasy series, I feel like the first book blues are definitely prevalent because I just can't get into the story. It feels like, it just feels like all of the world building is taking a while, and I don't know. Maybe it's also because we don't really know much about this character yet. I mean, I'm only halfway and the book is so tiny, but like, I don't feel like very much has even happened yet. I feel like everything that's happened within the first 100 pages has been, I don't know, kind of mundane, I guess. It's really just her day-to-day. If I didn't explain what this book was about, it's these wizard, sorcerer type people living. They have like normal human type beings that like have no powers and are called like mundane, like they do nothing. And then there are people that have powers, and so when you have powers, when you are a specific age, you can get like sucked into this school, and so the school is supposed to protect you from all of the bad things that are kind of coming for you and your powers. And like there's like a couple of things that are a little hard to understand, like the way that they get those powers. It's almost like a battery being charged, I guess is the best way I could describe it, where they need a certain amount of juice within, like power stored up to be able to do certain things, do different spells, all that kind of stuff. It's not just like, oh, they have the power to do this. It's like they have it stored, and like, so like the main girl, she'll do like a couple push-ups and be able to do like a quick little spell, if you know what I'm saying. Like it's about effort, you know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I don't know, it's just not as fun. Basically, we've just been following her around the school, and like monsters will pop up here and there, and it also feels, I don't know what I'm trying to say, because I do like sometimes when fantasy and like real world feeling gets together, but it is so high school right now, where people are like catty and like jealous, and there are cliques, and it really feels like they're juniors in high school, which they are, but just in this school. I don't know, it just feels like I'm reading almost like some random teenager's journal.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it feels like. Like there's a boy that she doesn't like, but some reason she does. And like there are popular girls and they're not popular. And then there's like rumors about them dating, but they just happen to be fighting like monsters. I don't know. It's just, it's okay. I feel like right now it's heavily at a 3, which is kind of disappointing. I feel like I was more excited about it, and that's why I'm feeling more let down. But it really is just like an average book. I think if it goes on to the end of the book and we still haven't gotten to anything important yet, and it still feels like just day-to-day tasks, it might end up like a 2.75. I don't know. I'm feeling like,
yeah, I'm there
like
too.
there. So Sam agrees. She has the same feelings as I do. The one thing I will say is I do like a short fantasy book. I feel like those are really hard to come by. And it isn't bad. I think we really loved Ninth House, and not that I was comparing it necessarily, but like I feel like my expectations, not just of this specific book, but just books in general, was like on a high. And so for this to not meet any sort of like real where I'm excited about it is definitely hard. We're gonna read, and I'll talk to you later. Hi guys, so I finished A Deadly Education this morning, and it actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. It completely surprised me. Sam and I were literally talking about giving this book maybe like a 2.75 or maybe a 3. We weren't feeling it at all, and it completely turned around. And when I mean like turned around, like I almost gave it a 4-star. It went from a 2.75 to a 3.75 in the last 2 chapters, which is pretty unheard of. I normally, like, even if an ending is really good, I normally don't bump up the whole book, but I feel like the last 2 chapters made the book so much better. And it wasn't even just because of the ending being good, but I feel like it also made me feel connected to the characters finally, like not even just in terms of plot, but like the way that the characters were portrayed. I finally felt like I connected to them, and I saw them, and I understood them more, and things finally started to happen, because a lot of the beginning of this book is very world building and like plot setting, you know, like you're just trying to like set the base. It's hard to jump into a fantasy series and love the first book on average. I feel like that's hard. But especially with this one, it was just going super slow, and I definitely am not used to the dark academia, or not even just dark, but like academic setting in general. I never really read a lot of books that took place in schools, and so I feel like the mundane, like day-to-day high school-y talk that was being used in here wasn't anything that I found super interesting, and so I really wasn't connecting to it. I really am excited to read the second one. Now that I'm like reflecting on it, I feel like I wasn't going into it the right way. I was going into it more, I think, expecting romance, but also just expecting for it to like blow me out of the water, or for the stakes to be super high, which they were, but like you just didn't feel the stakes in the beginning. And so I feel like I was just going at it wrong. And once I got into the mindset of it being more like a cozy read, and not necessarily the stakes are not high, because they are, but not focusing on them as much and just letting the story go how it was supposed to go. I loved it. So I'm really excited to read the second one. I feel like this video was a success. I just feel like I got in the right vibes. Like the dark academia vibe is so iconic, and I really recommend reading academic books, especially dark academia. Like I feel like this was just the perfect way to get into fall. I really recommend that you read either of these books. Honestly, give this one more time for you to fall for it, and I promise it gets better. And this is definitely dense and it can kind of seem boring at times, but I promise that both of them are so good. That's it for this video. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get into the fall vibe soon, because it is definitely approaching. The air is starting to get cool. We're starting to have like the brisk morning. I'm really excited about it. So bye.